Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing game number 2 between Hyge as the Terran in the bottom left and Luolis as the Terran in the top right. So this is game number 2 of a best of 5, I'm guessing, from some kind of tournament. It's the finals and we are currently just producing some SCVs and having some fun. Anyway, if you haven't seen game 1 yet, I suggest you go watch that and come back here afterwards, because I might actually spoil that. Obviously one of the two is one game up, because draws are very rare in this game, and yeah, that is just the way it is. And well, we will see what they can actually do. So a supply depot on the edge here just for the scouting. It's not going to do anything else than just scout. It's not going to wall off, and here we do have a wall off. So yeah, there's that. So he's going to continue with the barracks, and then of course another supply depot, and then prevent this scout from getting in. So hopefully he can pull that off, because that is actually pretty close to his timing here. He's not going to be able to finish this barracks in time, and we'll have to see if he actually manages. Oh, he's pulling off another SCV to build the supply depot, and yeah, that should be enough. Oh, he's not building all the way through though. 91 HP, so that is 18 attacks from this guy, and yeah, he's going to have to pull off something to actually repair this, although he is not doing that. Is he going to lose the supply depot? That would be big. The barracks are coming up though, and oh, 11, 6 HP, and he rescues it. 2 hits away from being dead, obviously, because it was at 91. He had 1 extra attack from that 1 HP, so it could actually go to 1 HP, and it ended up at 6, but that was ridiculously close. And just because of that, well, he kind of got a little greedy there. He should have pulled off another SCV just to be sure. He's going to lose this one now, but he does get the scout in. Probably didn't see this command center going down though, but he does have his own coming up, and well, there's a little bit of a difference there. It's not a big difference. The red player is a few seconds ahead, but he does. Well, both of them do have that coming up. Anyhow, yeah, this was a kind of a ridiculously close encounter here. That was really completely ridiculous. Never seen anyone do it like that. I mean, I've seen people do similar tactics, but yeah. Anyhow, the blue player going in with 2 Marines, but immediately getting stopped by the red's 2 Marines. And this is exactly, I did a user game earlier this week. And in the user game, we kind of had that, yeah, that same thing, that, well, Terran versus Terran bullshit. And no, it's actually a really great matchup. But yeah, we had Terran versus Terran or something like that. Yeah, it was Terran versus Terran. And we had no aggression coming out. You see here that with just the 2 Marines he attacked, he lost 1, sure, but he did get something done at least. And yeah, because of that, because he got something done, he actually makes the opponent think that he's going to be more aggressive, so the opponent needs to produce more of these Marines. And in that game we saw all kinds of battle cruisers being produced, while in reality you should never allow your opponent to go for battle cruisers until it's like super duper late game. And yeah, by then you will have so many minerals that you can pretty much build whatever you want to combat that, because battle cruisers not great on their own. So a fleet of battle cruisers is not going to survive very long against a group of Marines, for example, or a group of Vikings, or any other thing that you might come up with. I don't even think they will survive very long against other things like Thors or something like that, although they are pretty good against Thors. The problem is, of course, they have that Yamato cannon, and the Yamato cannon will take out a Thor pretty quickly. So yeah, there's that. Of course, if you use a Yamato cannon on a Marine, yeah, you might as well just right click it, because there is no reason to use that. On a Viking, that's another thing, of course. And as you can see, both players are producing a lot of Marines. This is going to be a Marine versus Marine battle. And Marines are, of course, the bread and butter of the Terran army, because, well, they can shoot ground and air. They group up quite nicely. They have the stim pack. They can be healed. There's really nothing wrong with Marines. The only thing is, you need to have a big ball of them, and they are very vulnerable to AoE attacks. So in this case, the siege tank. So if one of the players goes for siege tanks, yeah, that is going to be pretty painful. Of course, you also have the Hellion with the blue flame upgrade to combat this. But for now, yeah, they're just both building Marines. And all Marines all the time. Factory is coming up though. Factory that is producing a reactor. Not actually, oh, that's going to be for the starport. Yeah, of course. And the same is going on over here. Except that the factory here is immediately going into tanks with siege mode, and the starport is coming up, and it's going to have to build its own reactor because nobody is giving it theirs. And both players are now producing or going to produce the medevacts. Medevacts are, of course, a very important strategy part here, because well, they can drop your units, they can also heal your units. And especially that healing is a pretty big deal. So both players going with a lot of Marines. Let's see how many they actually have. It's 39 versus 30. So the blue player a little bit ahead here in his production. Doesn't mean he's going to win the fight, because it is all going to be determined by the siege tanks. Siege stack almost up for our blue player here, which means that he can actually deal with this group of Marines way better than his opponent can. And we're going to have to see how that works out, because the red army is moving out, and they are going to have plenty of vision because of this. They have vision from that tower, and they're going to skirt around the edge. They do know that this is now taken by the enemy, but of course, well, these players know that the edge is over here. So if he just runs over here, he will not be spotted. The blue army is moving out at the same time, and this is going to be close. But because this red army is going to be closer to the base, it is going to do more damage to it. And oh, the backup Marines are going to get taken out. Immediately going for the command center, and on the other side, as you can see, they are all the way over there. They're still not near the base. And they cannot retreat anymore, because this base will be lost by the time they get in. It would be helpful to actually float a building away here, because if this is going to be a base race and both teams do not have a command center goes down there, but both teams do not have air units, so if you float your base away, your building away to here, you automatically win, as long as you, well, don't as you can take out all of the SCVs on the enemy side, which shouldn't be too much of a problem on both sides. And yeah, here we go, getting all of the command centers. Oh, there's not a command center floating over here. This is going to be very close. There are 3 floatable buildings left. He's going to have to float off one of them, because this command center is going to survive if he lands that, builds an SCV, and just makes that work. But there is still a starport that can float away as well. And yeah, of course, that's what it's all about here. This one cannot float, but there are 3 buildings left here. And oh, this army now has some competition here. And is it going to survive? The siege mode is not up, so yeah, it's not going to matter. The tank is strong enough to take out all of this, and he loses his entire army. He has no buildings floating. Yeah, this could have been a draw. This could have been a draw, because there is no way. Oh, no, never mind. He can still produce a Viking. Yeah, this would not have been a draw. He can still produce a Viking, whereas this guy just has nothing left. And yeah, so the red player wins. Very nicely done, very exciting base race here, and just yeah, insane. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.